Imagine this. A powerful earthquake hits a country. Moments later, a massive tsunami wave, taller than buildings, rushes towards the city. Entire towns are swallowed in seconds. But what happened next was even more dangerous. A nuclear power plant designed to generate electricity suddenly turns into a ticking time bomb. No explosion like a nuclear bomb, no loud warnings, but something far more dangerous begins. Invisible radiation. This is not a movie. This is exactly what happened in Japan 2011. On March 11, 2011, Japan was hit by a 9.0 magnitude earthquake, one of the strongest ever recorded. But the real destruction came minutes later. A massive tsunami, with waves reaching over 10 to 15 meters, crashed into coastal cities. Entire towns were wiped out. Nearly 20,000 people died, hundreds of thousands were displaced. Cars, houses, factories, everything was dragged into the ocean. But this was only the beginning. Now, the nuclear plant that lost control. Near the coast stood the Fukushima nuclear power plant. When the earthquake hit, reactors automatically shut down. This is normal safety. But nuclear reactors still produce heat, even after the shutdown. They need continuous cooling. Then the tsunami hit. It flooded the entire plant, destroyed backup generators, cut off electricity completely without power. Cooling system failed, and this is where the real disaster began. There was a reactor meltdown. Inside a nuclear reactor, fuel rods remain extremely hot and without cooling. Temperature rises uncontrollably. Fuel starts melting. This is called a meltdown. At Fukushima, three reactors melted down. Hydrogen gas built up. Massive explosions occurred inside buildings. These were not nuclear bomb explosions, but they released something deadly, radiation into the air and the ocean. Now, radiation is dangerous because you cannot see it, you cannot smell it, you cannot feel it immediately. After Fukushima, radioactive particles spread into the air. Contaminated water leaked into the ocean. Even distant countries detected radiation. Radiation does not stay local, it spreads globally. So, as radiation levels increased, the government took a drastic step: evacuation. Over 160,000 people were forced to leave their homes. A 20-kilometer exclusion zone was created. Entire cities became ghost towns. Hospitals were evacuated, elderly patients suffered, and many people died not from radiation but from stress, displacement, and lack of care. So, what happened to the city? This is the part most people don't realize. The disaster didn't end in days, it lasted years. Infrastructure damage, roads destroyed, electricity gone, water systems collapsed, economic impact, factories shut down. Japan's auto industry badly got affected, global supply chains disrupted. Car production dropped worldwide. Electronics industry also impacted. Entire economic zones collapsed. And the health impact on the humans, radiation exposure has two types of effects. Short term, which is nausea, fatigue, skin damage; long term, cancer risk, thyroid disease, genetic mutations, and however, very few immediate radiation deaths occurred. But long term monitoring is still ongoing. Fear of the radiation was often more damaging than radiation itself. Psychological and social impact: people lost homes, jobs, communities, families were separated, children grew up in fear. Even today, some people refuse to return because of radiation stigma. Now, more than 10 to 15 years later, 25, 26, this is what we are living in. What is the situation? Cleanup is expected to take 30 to 40 years. Still radioactive fuel inside reactors. Cities, some areas reopen, but many towns still partially abandoned. People, thousands never return. Some areas still restricted. Fukushima is not fully normal even today. Now, what if nuclear plant is attacked? Now imagine if instead of a tsunami, a missile hits a nuclear power plant. What could happen? Cooling system destroyed, meltdown triggered, radiation released. Exactly like Fukushima, but faster and more chaotic. This could lead to mass evacuation, long-term uninhabitable zones, environmental disasters. A nuclear bomb destroys in seconds, but a nuclear plant disaster destroys slowly, silently for decades. Fukushima proved one thing: the real danger is not always the explosion, it's what happens after. You are watching Dr. Raza Health 360 MD. Your better health is my mission. My name is Dr. Raza. I am a practicing family physician in USA for the past 18 years. I am an American board-certified physician and diplomate of American Board of Family Medicine.